I think for its time, we're talking around half a century ago now, it's quite a clever way and an effective way to reduce inevitable recoil of a spring pistol.
Basically, it's two opposing pistons that are linked centrally by two gears, one on either side. The front piston does all the compression work. The rear piston is a balancing piston.
Clockwork. To my knowledge, what I've seen of it, very clever, very precise piece of engineering, basically, that at the time was the be-all and end-all, I think. I'd shot a rifle before this, recoil-less, strange for the first couple of shots. In my opinion, I would say that the Giss is better than the firework barrel sledge system. I just felt that it was a little more refined, to be honest. Mike had a 300S and we rifle, and we stripped it and serviced it and sort of cleaned it out, and I liked it. Don't get me wrong, it was cool, but the Giss I think is on another level.
Yeah, I think it works. Yeah, I was impressed by how dead the shot felt. I mean, obviously the Giss system works well in order to dampen the recoil, and it made the shot a lot easier to release and to use. Really, it was good.
Yeah, I thought the original was a really well balanced gun. It almost felt like it was shooting a sort of PCP, like my Steyr. That's how it felt like. It was so smooth. The only disappointment for me was that it was a right-handed pistol grip. Really nice gun. Would really consider finding one if it was left-handed, but really enjoyed shooting it.
It takes a bit of effort to cock it. I honestly wouldn't want to be doing a 60-shot competition with it nowadays. It makes you appreciate your PCPs.
I think I would buy one, but I probably wouldn't use one as a competitive pistol. But I would definitely probably buy one to have as a little cool old relic that can still keep up with the new ones.
My main surprise really was the lack of recoil. Considering it is a break barrel spring gun, I know there's a bit of magic going on internally to reduce that recoil, but there was little to no recoil effect on there. So yeah, it's quite enjoyable to shoot.
I would say the trigger is obviously they've come a long way in the last 50 years or 40 years, however long it's been. But I think for the time, the trigger was really nice. It broke clean. I think it was a bit heavier than what I was used to, but then I normally prefer a lighter pistol anyway.
As far as pulling the trigger and the shot was concerned, not necessarily the loading and all the rest of it, I actually thought it was just every bit as good as my modern day Steyr.
Fascinating gun, and the thought that's gone into actually producing that pistol. Even down to the way the barrel shroud rotates around your foresight, so when you're cocking it, you're protecting your foresight.
We know that what the modern stuff entails. Obviously it's perhaps easier to use, more ergonomic. They had some good stuff back then as well, didn't they? Put it this way, if they was to make a Giss rifle these days, it would be over $3,000, wouldn't it? Because of the work and the engineering and the precision that goes into it.
Just overall, they've just tightened things up over the years. There's nothing actually wrong with that pistol. It's just they've evolved since then. That's probably the only real difference I could think of.